Hey guys, and welcome to a Creative Pet walkthrough. Before I begin, there are a few things that I need to address. The first one is that this is sponsored by EA. I was invited out to Sims Camp to play The Sims 4 Cats and Dogs and kind of test it out, and this footage is from my trip. The other thing that I have to inform you is that this is not the final build. There are still a lot of glitches at this point. Things can very well change before the actual release on November 10th, but this is what it looked like in the current state that I played it. But it's not final, so keep that in mind. So I'm going to give you guys a little bit of details of some things that I saw and really liked about Creative Pets, while you guys get to look at some really interesting pets that I'm just kind of literally messing around with so I could do a voiceover over it. A+ YouTuber. Okay, so the first thing I'm going to say is that Create a Pet is freaking sweet, okay? The color wheel and everything that I know you guys are really excited about, and so was I. It like really exceeded my expectations. There's like so much you can do. It's kind of like ridiculous. But we'll talk about that more in a minute. So the first thing that I wanted to show off is that there are literally, I don't even know how many breeds that they put in this thing, like breeds I've never even heard of. I'm not kidding. There was like an overwhelming amount of breeds to sort through. But something that I found really cool was that there's actually like breed color swatches. So kind of like clothing in The Sims 4, how there's like a shirt and then you click on the shirt and there's like a bunch of different colors of the shirt. Same thing with breeds. Not every single breed has different color options, but a lot of them do have multiple color options. And of course that's not like, you're not limited to just that, but if you just wanted very quickly like pick out a breed, a specific color from that breed, and you're good to go, like that would be the quickest route to do that. Because for instance, like my dog is a Siberian Husky, and Siberian Huskies come in an assortment of colors. They come in like black, gray, brown, like golden. So they come in like an assortment of different kinds of colors. And of course, I could just, go into the color wheel and do whatever I want to do, but they also have the color swatches, which makes it really, really easy if you don't feel like being artsy fartsy. Another really cool thing that I saw was that, okay, it's this mind-blowing, guys. So you can pick a breed, pick a color from that breed, whatever. Then you can go to the coat section and pick any coat from any other breed. So for instance, I chose like a Siberian Husky and then gave it a Dalmatian coat. So it has like black and white spots. It looks totally unnatural, but it's awesome. So I was having a lot of fun kind of just like picking like random breeds and then going and giving them random other coats from other breeds. I don't know, it was like really fun to play with. Along those same lines, you can choose all sorts of different fur kind of types. So like really fluffy or really, really short fur, or like hairless, or just a lot of different options. Again, that's just another really fun thing to play with, because you could have like a Chihuahua that was literally as fluffy as like a Chow Chow or something. I don't know, what's a fluffy dog? All I can think of is Huskies. I'm just like obsessed with my own dog. Same thing with body shape, and I think tail shape, ear shape. There's also eye shapes. So you can basically like drag and move your dog's or cat's features. I'm only focused on the dogs because I'm a dog person, but you can drag and move your facial features around on your pets just like you can for Sims. So like that obviously is very easy to use, and we're all very used to it by this point. But something I did want to mention was that when it comes to eyes, you can make them two different colors, which is very cool, and you can make them cross-eyed, which is so cute, guys. It's one of the cutest things I saw. Okay, one of my favorite things in the entire Create a Pet section here is the breed mixer. So you can have mixed breeds, which is awesome, and it kind of works the same. If you do it like, there's two different ways to do it. Okay, let me try to explain this in the best way possible. So one, you can do it like your Sims, where you make a mom and you make a dad, and you go to the bottom left and you click like, mix the genetics, and it makes a kid, right? Or it makes a puppy or a kitten, right? Or you can go in and just right off the bat make a mixed breed. There's a little button at the bottom that says breed mixer, and you choose two different dogs, and basically you can just keep like randomizing it and seeing what it comes up with those two breeds, and then just keep mixing and matching breeds until you get something either ridiculous or really cool or cute or whatever you're going for. That tool is so unbelievably fun to play with. We were all sitting there playing with that for way too long. Like, you just got the weirdest looking dogs. It was so much fun. Oh, and cats. Sorry. I keep saying dogs, but there's both, All right, the last things I'm going to get into before we go into the color wheel, because there is quite a lot to talk about in there, I am going to mention that the foxes and raccoons are both pets that you can have. They're not just in the wild. You can make them both in Create a Pet, which is great. And they have their own unique special voices that you can give to regular dogs and cats also. Something else I want to mention about the breeds is that when you choose a pre-made breed that's already there in these like hundreds of breeds that they have, it'll give them one trait that breed normally kind of associates with. So like if you chose like a really skittish breed, they might have like a skittish trait. So like that, you can change it. You don't have to keep it, of course, but like it just kind of gives you that little preset, like something that usually that breed kind of associates with, which is really cool. So moving on to the color wheel, the moment you've all been waiting for. It is just as cool as you think it is. It is kind of ridiculous how much you can do. So before I even get into it, there is there's so much to actually talk about. Like I'm forgetting and remembering things all over the place. So if you've noticed at the top, there's actually 4 buttons and those are poses. And you can actually like put them in these poses. There's like stand, sit, like a begging pose, and like one where they're kind of like rolled over like halfway on their back. So like shows their belly. And those are really helpful when you are in this color wheel section because you can like really precisely get in there and you can like get their bellies or their backs or whatever it is that you're trying to achieve with those poses. Plus, they're just also really cute to look at, so that's always a plus. So in the paint mode, it like by default was on like a mirroring option. So whatever you did on one side of the dog would then be mirrored onto the other side of the dog, and it would be like right down in the middle. So that makes it really easy if you're trying to do like symmetrical kind of designs on your dog. Oh my god, or cat. I keep saying dog, I'm sorry. And of course, there's basically any color you could ever imagine, plus like transparency is great. And then you get to the brushes, and this is when things just get crazy. So you have like 3 tabs. So there's like brushes, there's stamps, and then there's stencils, and stencils are so freaking cool. Just like wait till I show you. So obviously with brushes, that is obviously just brushes, like on Photoshop or Paint even. You have different brushes, different sizes. You can change the sizes yourself, transparency. There's an eyedropper tool, an eraser, you know, all the good stuff. But yeah, you can change the shapes of it, change the rotations. That way you can like really get in there and really try to recreate your pet. And there's a bunch of different options, like crazy things. And something really cool about the detail edit mode or detail paint mode, I think, is that you can paint their nose and you can paint their paws if they're upside down or like on their back, which is so like you would never really need to do that if you were making like a realistic pet, at least I think. But it's a really cool option and I just kind of like played with it and had some fun with it. Believe me, some of the pets I made when I was there were like, it looked like someone just literally spilt paint buckets all over them in different colors. Like, leave it to me to make the weirdest possible pets. So in the stamp mode, there is like, again, the kind of like spotty looking stamps. And then you have like the really like fun kind of stamps. And they're like literally the most random things on the planet. You have like hearts, moons. There's like a crab in there. There's a plumb bob. There's a poop kind of emoji looking thing. Flower, like fish. Just like the weirdest possible things. Would you need it if you were making a real life pet? No, probably not. It's almost like giving them tattoos in a way, which I think is kind of funny. And I was like putting plumb bobs on their foreheads and stuff. It was funny. Not necessary, but just for fun. So those are kind of goofy. And then my favorite part, which is the stencils. So basically you click on these stencils and they kind of like pulse in and out on your pet, and you can just drag the brush anywhere, but it will only paint on that certain stencil, like a stencil. It's pretty self-explanatory. But it's really, really cool if you're trying to get a certain look, but you don't want to take forever, or say you just maybe don't have the artistic ability, because I feel you there. Me and you can relate to that. Maybe that's why I like the stencils so much. But just hear me out. They're really, really, really cool. Wasn't expecting anything like that whenever I went to play it, but was very pleasantly surprised. And of course, there is clothing. As you guys know, there are quite a few little things that you can put on your pets. And I also think, anyways, now don't quote me on this. I think it varies by size of your pets. More specifically dogs, because I think all cats are pretty much the same size. But because, you can have small dogs and large dogs, I think the outfits do vary. But there's like different costumes and shirts, and the bandanas are so cute, which I love. And they also have little headpieces like a unicorn horn and some other really cute things. Last thing I'm going to talk about is the traits. So like I said, when you choose a breed, they come with a trait that is relevant to the breed. You can remove it, so don't worry. There are quite a few traits for both cats and dogs. I was pleasantly surprised again. I'm going to quickly read through them, both for the cats and the dogs. So for dogs, there's active, adventurous, aggressive, couch potato, friendly, glutton, hairy, hunter, independent, jumpy, loyal, playful, sleuth, smart, stubborn, a troublemaker, and vocal, which vocal is so cute. They just sit there and howl. I don't know. Maybe it's because I have a husky and that's what I'm used to, but I think it's adorable. So for cats, they have affectionate, aloof, clever, curious, fluffy, free spirit, friendly, frisky, glutton, lazy, mischievous, playful, prowler, skittish, spoiled, talkative, and territorial. And I have to say that all the animations that come with these are like insanely cute. I love animals, guys. You don't understand how attached I got to these cats and dogs. Before we left, I was like, I really want to take them back with me. So that is all I have to say today about the Create a Pet tool in The Sims 4 Cats and Dogs. Again, huge thank you to EA for letting me test this out for you guys. And for myself. Let's not act like I wasn't dying to play it. And also, again, just remember everything you saw was not part of the final build. This is very important to know. I am in love with this game. You guys are going to die when you get to play it. I hope you guys enjoyed my little walkthrough. I hope it made you that much more excited for when this game comes out. Hope you guys are having an awesome day, and I will see you all next time. Bye!